Hello everyone, this is me Sharon and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for today's video, gagawa tayo ng hat na merong flowers and meron din siyang mesh stitch dito sa pinaka crown part ng ating bucket hat. So first, we're gonna start by working a flat circle from the top of the hat. So sa paggawa niyan, ang ating or yung starting round natin is nasa 12 double crochets. Yun. Hanggang sa makuha natin yung size ng for adult. Bali, 8 rounds ang gagawin nating increase para makuha natin yung at least 22 inches na circumference size para sa adult hat. Ngayon, if ever naman nagagawa kayo ng mas maliit na size, all you need to do is check the size para sa size na gusto nyo. Like for example, for toddler, siguro mag-try kayo mag-stop hanggang round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and then check nyo yung circumference size kung ilang inches ba ang kailangan para sa ganong for toddler, and then makikita nyo naman if nakuha nyo na yung size, and then mag-stop na kayo ng increase and then mag-work kayo ng one individual double crochets into every stitch around. But before we do that, we're gonna start first with the starting round. So ang gagawin natin is for an adult size. So for this project, I'll be using this yarn, rusty brown, kasi nakaganda na ako sa kulay niya. So ito yung gagawin natin na as our main color. Yan, so bali, Indophil 4 ply siya, 100% acrylic. So first, we're gonna make a magic ring. So simply lang sa paggawa ng magic ring, all you need to do is to wrap around the yarn around your 2 fingers. Yun, and then insert the hook. Yun. And dapat, ang working yarn is nandito sa may left side kung right-handed ka. So we're gonna start by chaining 2. This will not count as a stitch, pero gagawa tayo ng 12 double crochets into the ring. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ipapakita ko sa inyo pag natapos ko na yung 12 double crochets into the ring. So, once you have 12 double crochets, so you need to count, you need to make sure that you have 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. And the chain 2 there will not count as a stitch. Okay. So, we will slip stitch into the first double crochet, not into the chain 2. So into every round, we're not gonna count chain 2. So we will only add chain 2 so that it will fill the gap between the first and the last stitch. So after chaining 2 for round 2, we're gonna work 2 double crochets into every stitch. So we just had 1, isa pa sa same stitch. And then we're gonna finish this round by working 2 double crochets into every stitch around. So I'll be back to show you what it's going to look like after we're done with round 2. So by the end of this round, we should have a total of 12 plus another 12. So bali 24 double crochets in total. And then when we close the round, we should be slip stitching onto the first double crochet made. Yan. So bali, magi-increase ulit tayo for the next round. So for round 3, we're going to chain 2, which will not count as a stitch. And this time, the increase will be into every second stitch around. So to do that, we're gonna work 1 double crochet into the same stitch as where we chain 2. Tapos, into every second stitch, doon naman tayo maglagay ng increase. So, ginagawa natin to para maging flat yung circle natin. Kasi if mag-i-increase ulit tayo into every stitch around, like if we're gonna add 2 into each stitch, what will happen is it will curl up. So, it's not gonna be a flat circle. So, we have to place the increase into the right position to be able to make a flat circle. So, we're just gonna repeat the sequence. We're gonna work 1 double crochet into the next, and then 2 double crochets into the next. So we're gonna repeat this sequence until we get back around. When we reach the end of the round, dapat increase siya, or 2 double crochets. Tapos we're gonna end the round on top of the first double crochet made. Ayan, so ang gagawin lang natin is i-maintain natin ang flat circle para pag nakarating tayo doon sa size na kailangan natin, which is about 22 inches yung circumference size for the bucket hat, saka tayo mag-stop ng increase. So we're on round 3, and ang mangyayari niyan is nandito na tayo sa round 3 na to. So for round 4, the increase will be into every third. So bali, we will have 2 individual double crochets and then increase. Now for round 5, we're gonna have 3 individual double crochets followed by an increase. So, ganun lang ang pag-add natin ng increase until we reach round 8. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, makikita nyo, magkakapantay lang yung mga increase. Lagi siyang nasa second of the 2 double crochets increase of the previous round. So, itong increase na to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hanggang 8 round. And then after that, we're gonna do 1 double crochet into every stitch around for 2 more rounds. So, round 8, 9, and round 10. So, kung nasundan nyo na yung tamang paglalagay ng increase, pwede na kayong magpatuloy hanggang round 8. So, remember, lalakad lang yung individual double crochets natin. So, on round 4, it will be into every third stitch around. Ganun lang bale until we reach round 8. Okay, so another tip is kapag nasa right places yung increase natin when making the flat circle pattern, once na masanay ka, hindi mo na kailangan mag-count kung tama ba yung total number of stitches mo, kasi ang increase naman is laging dito sa second double crochet of the increase of the previous round. So, doon tayo lagi maglalagay ng increase para alam natin kung kailan tayo maglalagay ng increase. Hindi na natin kailangang bilangin yung individual stitches. Kasi pag beginner ka, yun, kailangan mo mag-count. Pero once na ma-memorize mo na yung pattern na to, marami kang projects na magagawa, hindi lang bucket hat. Kasi itong size na to, kung kunyari hanggang size 5, gusto mo lang ng coaster, so meron ka ng coaster, gagawa ka na lang ng marami for that. Or kung gusto mo naman ng rug, pwede kang gumamit ng mas makapal na yarn, like t-shirt yarn, para mas malaki siya. Yan. So once we get to the 8th round, this is what it looks like. And then if you want to know the size, it's about 7 inches or 18 centimeters. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna work 1 double crochet into every stitch around. So as usual, we're gonna chain 2, 1 double crochet into the same stitch, tapos 1 double crochet into every stitch around. So gagawin natin yan for round 9 and 10. So now this is round 10. So after adding my last stitch, I'm gonna end this round with a slip stitch on top of the first double crochet. So now we're gonna start working a mesh stitch. So this mesh stitch is in multiples of 2. So we're gonna work a double crochet and then chain 1, or yeah, and then 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and then we're gonna skip 1 stitch in between. So to do that, this time we're gonna chain 3, and this will count as a stitch. And then we're gonna chain 1 for the chain 1 space, and then we're gonna skip a stitch here, and then into the next, or the third stitch, that is where we're gonna work our 1 double crochet. So we made 1 mesh stitch. Now we're gonna do that again, chain 1, skip 1, and then 1 double crochet into the next. We're gonna repeat that until we get back around. So by the end of this round, you should have 1 stitch left. Chain 1, and then slip stitch on the beginning third chain. Alright, so I made about 6 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And tapusin ko lang tong final round na mesh stitch natin. Chain 1, and then slip stitch on top of the third beginning chain. So after doing this, gawa tayo ng 2 rounds of 1 double crochet into every stitch around. So to do that, we're now back to working chain 2 again, which will not count as a stitch, and then into that same stitch we'll work 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space, one double crochet into the next, at uulitin lang natin yan hanggang sa next round. So, ulitin lang natin yan for 2 rounds. So, sa next round, make sure to work 1 double crochet in every stitch around. Tapos, papakita ko kung ano na itsura niya after. So, after doing 2 rounds of 1 double crochet into every stitch around, this time, we're going to continue working an increase. So, in here, we stopped at round 8. So we're just going to continue that flat circle pattern, and then we'll work round 9, which is an increase into every 8th stitch around. So we're gonna chain 2, which will count as nothing, 1 double crochet into that same stitch, and we're gonna do that until we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 on the 8th stitch. That is where we're gonna work 2 double crochets, and we're gonna do that sequence until we get back around. So remember, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 individual double crochets followed by an increase. So this is like round 9 because nag-increase tayo dito. Saka dun sa sumunod, round 9, 10, and round 11, we're gonna work an increase as normal. So we're gonna work. So in the previous round, we had 8 individual double crochets in between. So in the next round, it will be 9 individual double crochets in between, and then add an increase. So kaya natin ginagawa yung round na to para hindi siya nasa isang direction lang. So parang magiging in staggered position siya para maging rounded yung ating brim. So we're gonna keep repeating, working 9 individual double crochets followed by an increase until we get back around. Alright, so ito na siya after natin matapos yung mesh stitch. Ngayon naman, for our final round, we're going to work an increase again. So, the last increase that we had, dito sa may second to the last. So, we had 9 individual double crochets followed by an increase. So, now, gagawin natin staggered position again. So, unahin natin, i-divide natin yung this time 10 individual double crochets. I-divide natin by 2. So we're gonna start by working 5 individual double crochets into every stitch. Yan. So as usual, chain 2, 1 double chain to the same stitch, 1 double crochet into the chain 1, 1 double crochet on top of the next double crochet, 1 double crochet into the next one until we have 5 individual double crochets. So once we have 5 there, chain 2 there does not count as a stitch, so that's where we're gonna add our increase. So yung susunod na is 10 individual double crochets followed by an increase. So make sure na hindi kayo makakaskip ng stitches kasi ang stitches natin is a combination of chain 1 and 1 double crochet. So dapat wala tayong ma-skip para tama yung counting natin. And then once done, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung finished product natin. At eto na siya, natapos na. So ang last na gagawin natin is maglalagay tayo ng flower around this last round of mesh stitch. So ang ginagawa ko when it's the final round, hindi ko siya ini-slip stitch. Ang ginagawa ko is ginugupit ko na siya. Tapos ipapasok ko yung sinulid dito sa karayom. And then dito sa pinaka first double crochet, hindi sa chain 2 dito natin ipapasok yung karayom. So parang bubuo tayo ng another chain, tapos dito natin ipapasok ulit kung saan yung galing ng yarn natin. Yan. So bali nakabuo pa tayo ng isang chain, naging invisible na yung join niya. And then ang gagawin natin is pwede nating buhulin dito para hindi siya mag-unravel. Diyan. Tapos itago natin yung tail end. Make sure na hindi siya mag-unravel, so kailangan ma-secure natin siya. Ayan. And then pupuntingin natin siya. So ito na, tapos na ang ating bucket hat. Lalagyan na lang natin siya ng design na flower dito sa may pinaka last part ng mesh stitch. So nagagawa ko ng slip knot. Tapos nagawa tayo ng single crochet. That's how we're going to insert the yarn. So by working a single crochet on the very first double crochet, and then we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna work 1 double crochet on the 4th chain from 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th. Dito tayo mag-work ng 2 double crochets. And then we're gonna chain 3. Tapos dito sa mismong stitch kung saan tayo nag-work ng 2 double crochets, nagawa tayo ng slip stitch. So bali ito yung first petal ng ating flower. Uulitin natin yan 4 more times. So we're gonna chain 3 again, 2 double crochet into the same stitch, chain 3 and slip stitch. So napakadali lang. Chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 3, and then 1 slip stitch. So kailangan natin ng dalawa pa. Alright, so after natin ng makabuo ng 5 petals, after our last slip stitch, ang gagawin natin is mag-chain 4 tayo. Chain 4, and then we're gonna skip this double crochet, and into the next one we're going to work a single crochet. So ito yung pinaka-repeat pattern niya. So tatandaan nyo, this is how it's going to look like. We just made our first flower. Tapos, mag-chain 8 tayo ulit, katulad ng ginawa natin sa pinakauna. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And into the fourth chain from hook. 1, 3, 4. Dito tayo mag-start maglagay ng flower. So, ulitin lang natin yan hanggang sa magkaroon tayo ng 5 petals to make our second flower. Okay, so once done, we're gonna chain 4 again. And we're gonna skip this double crochet here into the next double crochet. Yan, ganyan. So, ulitin lang natin yan until we get back around. Yan siya.